Stop grinding and start leveraging. I'm Nate, I'm the FitFutureMD. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. Pick up that free copy of the Nutrition and Workout Guide in the description below. I'm the owner of Ensorsale.com. Ensorsale is family. Together we can rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world. Wear your inspiration today. So there's this big kick on the internet, and it's been going on for a while, and not a lot of people talk about it, but it's this hustle movement, right? Where you have to overly work to get a better result or a bigger result, right? And sometimes when you're starting out, there may be a period where instead of working 8-hour days, you're working 12-hour days, right? Or instead of working 5 days a week, you're working 6 days a week, right? And honestly, that extra day, can put you ahead of a lot of people. But eventually, all that gets capped out, right? There's not but so many hours in a day, and especially if there's something that is mental work, right? So like in my business, I come up with inspirational quotes, I come up with ideas to make t-shirts, stuff like that. But all that is mental, right? All of that is me using my brain to come up with stuff that, may inspire somebody or reflects a situation where, somebody might need help in that area, right? But all that is mental, right? And when you're doing mental stuff, like the likelihood that you're still mentally strong after 12 hours is very unlikely. The likelihood you do that for 365 days or 5 years straight, it's not very likely, right? Even if you took all these medications to make, to make your brain super and all that stuff, all these supplements that have been coming out, your brain can only do so much. It's a computer, it gets hot, it has to rest, whatever, right? So thinking about that, if you really want to get to what's considered a higher level, right? You have to start leveraging. And there's many different types of leverage, and I probably won't go into all of them in this video, but if you're a regular, normal person, the biggest leveraged item that most people acquire is their house, right? Their home, where they live. And there's been a lot of controversy on that lately about how, homes don't go up in enough value to justify, having them. But in all reality, like a home that you get at 5% down or less, there's USDA, FHA, and traditional mortgages, VA loans, 0% VA loans, 0% USDA, 3.5% FHA, and you can do 5% traditional mortgages. These values to get into some of these homes are super low, right? And even with the higher interest rate and the higher payment, it's still better because, and even with amortization where the interest is in the front of the loan period and not the back, right? That's most people's easiest form of leverage, right? Well, so for me, I have high student loans, right? So high student loans can prevent you from getting that leverage, that house, right? So then, I'm not here to debate, whether a house is a good investment or not. That's individualistic and the area you live in and all that kind of stuff. But So for me, the easiest way to use leverage was to use the stock market, right? Because, my debt to income ratio is not going to allow me to purchase a home, right? So the stock market is basically you taking your money and buying pieces of businesses that are growing, right? That you're basically leveraging other people's work. I'm saying this is if you're a normal person, right? So, and then you can use tax deferment as leverage, right? So, say you make $60,000, you're going to owe a $20,000 tax bill. Well, instead of paying $20,000 to the government, you throw 18 of it into a 401k, and you keep that money instead of giving it to the government, right? Whatever. That's just, those aren't accurate numbers, but it's just a general idea so just stuff like that, right? And what I really look for in the stock market is the next thing, right? So I would rather spend $4,500 a year trying to find the next Tesla, the next Netflix, the next Shopify, the next, basically the next big thing, right? The thing that goes from a small amount to a very big amount, right? Whereas I don't want to invest in stuff in my personal brokerage account. I don't want to invest in stuff that only gets me 6% or 5%, but that's still a percentage that you did not have to work for, right? Still leverage. That's just one of my investing strategies, right? Because you have short-term, medium-term, long-term investment strategies in the stock market, and I use all of them, right? So that's really the big two for regular people, right? People that go work a 9-to-5 job, and that's most people in the United States. That's most people in the world, right? So then, what about the business owners? What about the ones that that own their own business? Well, there's really two types of technology, or two types of leverage for business owners, and that's going to be labor. So using, hiring people to do work for you so that you have more hours in the day, hiring things that you aren't good at, that take you a long time, whatever. And then the other one is going to be technology. So I leverage technology a lot, right? Just like right now, I'm using, a camera to live stream onto YouTube and, help others in my business, inspire others in my business, stuff like that, right? But that's leverage. That's using technology to leverage myself, right? Because, so say I went and gave this speech, to 100 people, whereas I can make a video of this speech and it can see millions of people. That's leverage, right? That's using technology or media to leverage. And that's really the primary one that I use right now. Let's say I also, when you first start out, you're kind of the one, making all your products. In the t-shirt business, you're the one making all your products. You're the one packaging, mailing them out, doing the marketing, all that kind of stuff, right? And, as you grow your t-shirt brand or your clothing brand, eventually you leverage that out to employees or to technology. So those are really the main types of leverage. And there's just not but so many hours in a day that you can do something, right? Honestly, if you're working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, you could probably keep that up for 5 to 6 years, right? But, you know, so most people are going to have to pull back from that. And you pull back from that by starting to use leverage. So don't fall into this hustle and grind trap, right? So do not fall into this hustle and grind trap. All right. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. Get that free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. Go to Ensorsale.com. Find what inspires you. Wear it around. Make sure you inspire others. And let's build. See you next time. Peace.